So my name is Jason. I am work with the Wellness Connection. I'm the manager in Portland currently. Back in when I was about 19, 20 years old, it suddenly came up that I have a very severe case of ankylosing spondylitis, rheumatoid arthritis, and osteoporosis, which I'm sure you probably can't tell by looking at me. But my back's a little messed up. It came up very suddenly, like I said, when I was about 19. Before that, I was, normally perfectly straight, almost 6 feet tall, and it just hit like real quick. Came with, a considerable amount of physical pain, but also a lot of self-consciousness, depression, anxiety that came along with just the way that I look. Also, I can't really go anywhere without people staring at me and things like that. Happens. Something I've definitely learned to get over, but back then when I was younger, that was pretty tough for me. I did use cannabis back then, but not, it wasn't known like it is now, what its benefits are. And I sought out other help, which led me to heroin, which, I had a pretty rough bout with for a good year or more. And then I did go to rehab, which was almost 18 years ago, or just over 18 years ago. And rehab pushed, the 12-step program, that kind of a thing for recovery. Something that I didn't really find worked for me. I know it works for a lot of people, but didn't really do it for me. And I kept up with a cannabis regimen, and I found that using that, it helps me with all of those issues. It helps me with my physical pain, helps me with my anxiety and depression, helps me, just keep a level head, and it helped me keep off of the opiates. That was something that was really tough, but luckily I never relapsed. It's been over 18 years now. It was September 11th, September 11th. I was in the airport on my way to rehab when that happened. So it's been since then. And I owe everything to cannabis, I think. My life was pretty down at the bottom at that point, and since then I worked for Whole Foods for 10 years. I ran a team, the prepared foods team, that was anywhere from 45 to 60 team members that worked under me. And now I'm with the Wellness Connection. I was the manager of our Brewer location. Jess Coakley was one of my patients up there. So seeing her and some of those faces in the video brought a little tear to my eye. Miss those guys. And now I'm in Portland, and I work a full-time, sometimes more than 40 hours a week.
Can you tell us a little bit about what is your cannabis regimen to be able to get through, as you say?
Yeah, absolutely. So I tend to do more micro dosing. That I think benefits me in a way that it helps me, with all of those issues that I mentioned, but it keeps me from, being intoxicated. I don't spend my time stoned or anything like that. It allows me to utilize the medical benefits without too much psychoactivity. And I basically microdose throughout the day. That's pretty much it.
Great case for microdosing, which is really an underrated, and I know Michael has a lot of heart for microdosing, but it's really something that I wish we could get more people understanding the value and the merit of that. I mean, we see that in the dispensaries, I want the highest level. No, it's not the way it should be seen. And I know you're doing a lot of work on the front line educating people. You have to know that Jason has the best start. When he started with us, he truly enjoyed patient intake. He would take his patient for like over an hour and a half, and had the best. That was his specialty. And now I understand better where it's coming from your own personal journey. So thank you so much for being with us and reminding us all why we're doing this.